three. So Dion, and speaking of your work in the community, what remains undone in terms of quality of life issues that you see now in the city of Trenton that you would like to see taken care of or done about them?
Well, Anwar, it's an everyday process. The same things that I fought for, we must continue to fight for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A clean community,
Right.
a drug-free community,
Right.
a productive community, a good school environment for our children. And those are things that will always go on and be called into question. And I've seen some of the stuff since I'm not there to stay on top of it, people have even forgotten about with the landlords, the trash, the illegal dumping. You don't even hear people talk about those issues anymore.
Right. Right.
Holding our elected officials accountable. You don't even hear that. It's like everybody said, well, I'm getting ready to run for political office. It's more about what it can do for individuals, about what it can do for the community.
So what do you think is going to turn things around? I mean, you say, like I said, there's a lack of funding, a lack of different leadership. What do you think is going to help turn this city around, this community around?
Well, it's all part of God's plan, if you understand what I'm talking about. And God gives us all a vision, gives us wisdom, gives us understanding. And we have to take that and grasp it and understand it and make it work, if you understand what I mean. It's something that you just can't say in words. It's something that you got to live.
Mm.
You have to feel it. Just like music is something that the normal ear can't hear. It's a certain ear that can hear. And you have to be able to relate and understand where I'm coming from. It's not meant for everybody.
Right. Like in my case, I have a vision of helping people, speak up for themselves and allowing them to tell their stories to make things better.
Right.
You know, would that mean like, turning my vision into like I have to live it out?
Absolutely. Because it starts with self. And when people see you
Right.
progressing and moving and not only talking it, but living it,
Right.
that's something to gravitate towards. And
Mm-hmm.
in gravitating towards, you get some sense of understanding.
Right.
And that's what I want to be like Anwar.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you before, Dion Clark took it to this level.
Mm-hmm.
But young men like Anwar and Darrell Brooks and Freedom Green, they can take it to the next step. And
Right.
that's what life is all about. It's like running a marathon race. I'm going to pass the
Baton.
torch to you,
Right.
the
Right.
baton to you,
Right.
and
Right.
you take it and run on to the next level with it.
Yeah.
Everyone has their part to do.
Mm.
That's why I can understand my situation. I can take a step back and
Mm.
pass the baton on to you or Freedom Green.
And doing your work in the community, and since having a disability, did that ever hold you back, or in terms of being committed to what the causes that you fight for?
No, because it inspired me. Because it gave me something to do. It gave me a goal. It gave me something to look forward to.
Mm.
It made me want to get up and go out and try in spite of my disability. I could have just stayed in the house and did nothing because of my disability. But I wanted to get up. I want to try. I want to be productive. I have something to offer society, and whatever little part that I can play in the big part, I want to be part of that.
Mm.
Enough little specks like me adds up and make a big part of it. And that's what it's all about.
Mm.
See, and understanding and growth, you come to realize that. Many people say, oh, Walnut Avenue and this and that, but it does play a part in the big part.
Right.
It's a little part, but it plays a big part in the whole picture.
Right. Right.
So by me doing my little part in that part, it'll grow. Because
Right.
it's not only Walnut Avenue, but it's other Walnut Avenues that needs help. You have your Stuyvesants, your Martin Luther Kings, your Hermitages, your West States, your Bellevue Avenues. They all have their problems and issues and concerns. So if I can do my part on Walnut Avenue, people take notice of that and say, well, if he can do it on Walnut Avenue, I
Right.
can do it on my block.
Right, right.
And that's the real blessing. That's the real gift.
So it sounds like what you're saying starts with self.
Absolutely. Everything starts with self. The seed of life.
Mm.
When planted in the womb of your mother. It
Yeah.
starts with that.
Your house, then your
Right.
street, your
Right.
community,
Right.
your city,
Absolutely.
on and on. Right,
Good neighbors make good neighborhoods.
right.
Good neighborhood makes great cities.
And what do you think that's the reason why we're having so many problems today? That people don't start with the self in
Right.
terms of their own homes or their families.
Right. Start with your home, your house where you live first.
Mm.
Keep around that clean. Then work on your street. Then work on your neighborhood. And
Mm.
then work on your city. It
Mm.
can it can be a cancer, but it can also be something that bloom like a rose.
Right, right. I know what you're saying. Right.
Or everything that seems bad ain't bad. It's all in growth and understanding.
And in terms of starting with the self, what do you think holds people back from understanding the self? Is it the mindset? Is it the environment that they live in? Or?
A little bit of all the above.
Yeah.
Finances, lack of education, lack of understanding, lack of willpower.
Mm.
All I have is a high school graduate
Diploma.
diploma,
Mm-hmm.
born and raised on Walnut Avenue,
Mm-hmm.
just with some moral and values and principles. But I have the determination and willpower. The basics in life I want. I deserve better than just anything, and I'll strive for it.
Mm.